I think Duncan or Thurmond, from a Republican standpoint, would be a concern in terms of the November election. And I think, Mayor Bottoms' performance tonight just proves that if she's the nominee, I think she's the one that I think Republicans feel most confident about, because I think from her primarily, we just heard the same typical Democratic talking points that, frankly, I think will not play well in November.
Okay, Sproul. So let's get to you, Fred, to talk about that. We've been talking a lot about Mike Thurmond, talked about Geoff Duncan. Let's focus on Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms, former Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. How do you think she actually performed tonight for Democrats, representing Democrats, if she were to get to the point of representing Democrats for that gubernatorial election?
I think she operated probably from with the old adage in mind of do no harm, right? When you do these debates, when Spiro and I both have advised a lot of candidates and office holders over the years, and one of the things you say when you go on TV is, first of all, do no harm, and then if you can score some points, go ahead and do that. But I think she operated pretty solely from that position. To Spiro's point, she didn't take any chances. She didn't take shots at either of the other candidates, and based on her position in the polls, she doesn't really have to. So I think she's left herself a lot of room to speak to Georgians outside of Atlanta, and for people who have concerns about her time and why she only served one term. I thought that, by the way, I thought that was the biggest question that she had to face tonight. Was why did you not run for a second term? I thought her answer was okay. I made a note that she really needs a better answer for that. It's the idea of I did what was best for me and my family. I can see the other two candidates having fun with that. But then the question becomes, well, when something happens in Georgia, and it comes down to Georgians and your family, are you going to quit on Georgia? So I think she left herself open on that one. So I hope she cleans that up. But overall, I think she operated from an angle of do no harm, and I thought she accomplished that. So she didn't score a lot of points, but she didn't. Other than that one answer, she didn't do herself any real damage.
All right, guys, I'm sorry,
Yeah, I was going to say maybe that's the dynamic. When you go in, she was polling in the high 30s, so a pretty big gap in the name recognition there. I think that's such interesting, the strategy even going into a debate like this, especially when you're kind of the front runner by a long shot. But again, when we're talking about the possibility of this being a runoff, because you've got to get 50% plus one, so that conversation, it's kind of like playing two different games, right, guys? Like the first is like the May 19th game, but you've also got to be like building towards November. So I think the strategies fascinating. And by the way, you guys, at one point I said I feel like I'm watching a football game with great sportsmanship.
Great sportsmanship.
It was
civility,
pretty civil for sure.